BMW dropped off a little present for us last night, and I'm pretty dang excited to drive this. So, needs no introduction really. The M5 Touring, the first ever M5 Touring that the US has received. And I have to say, it looks pretty awesome in person. There are some things about the sedan that I'm less than excited about styling-wise in the C-pillar area and the rear of the car, but the Touring resolves those differences and just makes everything look right. Because what doesn't look better in a long roof form? Look at those blistered wheel arches. I mean, it's it's menacing yet pedestrian at the same time. That dichotomy is what I love about wagons. And unless you're a car guy, you don't really know that this thing is fast. New M5, it is a plug-in hybrid. That is your flap to open up the charge port. And that's pretty much the only way we're going to be able to get 700 horsepower V8 cars in the future, is if they are plug-in hybrid or they're using some alternative source of propulsion, because CO2 tax is a thing in Europe right now. But it doesn't matter, because you still have that beautiful twin turbo V8 combustion motor under the hood, combined with a smaller battery pack. But the real party trick of this car, you open up the tailgate, and you have a ton of storage space with the ability to fold the seats flat, so you can have your cake and eat it too, because you can haul ass in the front and you can haul all your shit in the rear, and that's just great. So yeah, we're gonna get inside and we're gonna check it out. Ready?
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna fire it up. Pretty sure I left it in sport mode. I did not, but we're gonna put in sport mode right now. So hopefully you heard that. That is that glorious V8. This is not your father's E28 M5 where there was literally no modes. This has a ton of stuff going on here. Let's walk through it quickly. Drivetrain, we are in Sport Plus right now. That's going to give us maximum use of both the battery pack and super sharp throttle response from that twin turbocharged V8 motor. Energy recovery for the brake recuperation is in mid-level right now. Honestly, I have not driven the new M5, so I don't know what the variations are between the min, mid, and max modes in this. We'll need to play around with it. Chassis, we're going to put in sport, so we tighten up those shocks a little bit. Steering, I'm going to leave in comfort for now, but we'll play with it on the test drive. Brakes we'll leave in comfort, we'll also play with that. I'm going to change this to four-wheel drive. Now we're going to leave the DSC on, not my car. And we do have the M sound on for the exhaust, so we get more of that baritone rumble in the cabin. So let's set out. All right, like I said, first ever drive in the new M5, and I'm even more excited because it's the Touring. Everybody's buckled in. We do have rear seat passengers. Don't have any luggage with us. We probably should, but that's okay. Let's do it. Put the brakes in sport. We're gonna put the steering in sport. We got some nice on-ramps and off-ramps coming up here. Hard into the brakes. Apex the corner. So some initial impressions. I mean, this is a heavy car. I think it's like 5,400 pounds and change. And we just hauled ass through those off ramps. You don't really, I mean, yeah, you can feel some of that weight, but the car disguises it well. The steering has, it's okay. The feel could be better, but that's kind of my beef with most new cars. But this chassis is just so wonderfully lithe and agile. And you can feel like, I don't know if you guys felt it, but you could feel what it was doing through the seat of your pants. So the car started to slide a little bit, but it was playful. It was not trying to bite us. It didn't want to spin us into the curb. Let's give it another move. Yeah, we're going to get ourselves in trouble. That's what's going to happen. You need a racetrack for this car. Actually, I don't think this car's natural habitat is the racetrack. I think where it's really going to shine is just doing your daily commute to and from work, hauling the family around, taking those B roads when you don't have the family in your car. This is going to just do everything well and put a smile on your face while it's doing it. Fantastic. Balance is really good too on the brakes. You know what? I just realized we don't even have the Drive Logic and Sport Plus, so the trans had a little bit more to give there with quickness of shifts. So now we kind of get those rocket shifts. We gotta do one more lap. All right, so let's try something different because we are on public roads. I'm just gonna put everything in comfort. And we'll just see how this car functions as a regular kind of daily driver-ish car. Doing the speed limit on the highway. I mean, it's really quiet in here. The car does not feel antsy anymore. It's not egging me on to go. Like, it could just sit here and do 60 miles an hour all day. So you can take your Bluetooth call for work or do whatever it is that you do on your drive and not feel like you got to drive the living snot out of it. And I do appreciate that. So there's definitely a Jekyll and Hyde element to this car. And still have our passengers on board. I don't know, Matt's probably taking a nap by now or reading a book back there. But yeah, this car just like, it just does it all. Trans feels kind of lazy now. Throttle response is a lot less immediate. But you have so much torque, it almost doesn't matter. It doesn't need to kick down 2 gears because you're just riding on this wave of torque. Is it comfy back there?
Very comfortable.
Would you take a trip cross country in this car, man?
Great.
You would. All right. Maybe we will.
We should.
How long do we have the car for? We have it for like the next 2 days, so we can beat it. I think the record to California Cannonball was 26 hours and change.
Something like that.
So if we did the record there and the record back, we could make it back before Saturday.
Hit it.
We would probably may have to make a lot of fuel stops in this though, even with the plug-in hybrid. Let's go max again. I want to put energy recovery in max this time. We got everything maxed out except I'm leaving the DSC on because that's our safety net. It's just so accomplished. It's wickedly good through the corners and going hard on the brakes. And the power is insane. Check this out. Those shifts in Sport Plus are, I mean, it's like a bang in the seat. Holds the gear. Car's trying to say, come on, let's go. All right, I think we've tempted fate enough. I'm going to dial it back a little bit. That, by the way, the energy recovery wasn't max there. I didn't feel a whole lot of difference with the brakes or in anything else really, which is a huge compliment to BMW because I know brake feel is one of the hardest things to get right in a plug-in hybrid car. Brake feel often feels not natural. In this car, it's excellent. So I did not notice the difference there. Color me impressed with the overall handling and feel of this. And man, if I had a family that I was hauling around every day, this would be the car. What else do you have? We have Audi's RS6, which we know is not accomplished as this in the turns. You have the E63 wagon, which has taken a hiatus and is now coming back as the E53 with a 6-cylinder. So yeah, if you want a super fast V8 wagon, this is pretty much the only game in town. Everybody's talking about how much the new M5 weighs, and I get it. It's not a light car, but let's look at the alternatives. The RS6 wagon is just under 5,000 pounds. It's 4,900 pounds. The E63 wagon, the outgoing one, is 4,700 pounds and change. None of these cars are light. And I'm not saying we should celebrate the fact that the new M5 is 5,500 pounds. But if you want a track car, you're gonna take your Elise, your Miata, your Cayman, your whatever. It's not gonna be one of these cars. That really just misses the point. And I think the conversation here should be less about the weight and more about the way these cars drive, the way they make you feel, and just the sheer practicality of having the load space behind you, the ability to carry your family with you, and still have an awesome daily driver that's fast, that's comfortable, that's safe. It just checks off all the boxes. And yes, it's a very, very different M5 than any of the previous generations. And we can probably argue all day about which M5 is the best out of all of them. That's a separate discussion. But I'm saying, on the face of it, evaluated in modern terms in the year 2025 with its competitors, I think this is the only answer. If you liked the video, please subscribe. Please give it a thumbs up. See you for the next one.